Hey gamers, welcome back to Creative Gamers. Over the last few years, PC gaming on Android has improved more than anyone expected. What started with just a handful of emulators has now grown into several amazing projects, each offering better performance, improved compatibility, easier setup, and more features. Because of that, choosing the right emulator has become more confusing than ever. Some emulators are perfect for beginners because they require almost no setup, while others are designed for advanced users who want to squeeze every bit of performance out of their phones. So, in today's video, I'll be ranking my top 5 best PC emulators available right now for Android based on my personal experience. Plus, stay until the end because I'll also show you a real gameplay performance comparison so you can see how each emulator performs on the same device. And if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to like the video. Now, let's get started. At number 5, we have Winlator. If you've been following Android PC emulation for a while, you've definitely heard of it. Winlator is the original free and open source Windows emulator that helped popularize PC gaming on Android. Even today, it remains one of the most compatible emulators and can run not only PC games, but also many regular Windows applications. Unlike most other emulators, Winlator gives you complete control over almost everything. You can choose graphics drivers, DirectX translation layers, containers, wine versions, and many other performance settings. Because of this, the setup isn't exactly beginner-friendly, but it's not too difficult either. If you know the basics or simply follow a YouTube tutorial, you'll be able to configure it without much trouble. Another advantage of Winlator is that it generally runs cooler and consumes less battery than GameHub during long gaming sessions. The only downside is that development of the official version has slowed down, so compatibility isn't improving as quickly anymore. That's why many users now prefer community-made forks. My personal favorite is Winlator Ludashi, which delivers better performance, improved compatibility, and receives updates much more frequently. If you're willing to spend a little time learning the settings, Winlator is still one of the best PC emulators available. At number 4, we have WinNative. This emulator was released fairly recently and is currently in beta, which means it's still under active development. Even though it's new, almost every update brings noticeable improvements, making it one of the most promising projects in Android PC emulation. One of its biggest highlights is that you can sign into your Steam, Epic Games, and GOG accounts and download games directly from your own libraries. The interface is clean, modern, and much more organized than many other emulators. While it shares some similarities with Winlator, it's built using a different approach to provide a smoother login and play experience while still offering advanced settings for power users. You'll still need some basic knowledge of graphics settings and emulator components if you want the best performance, but overall it's much easier to understand than traditional Winlator. Since it's still in beta, compatibility continues to improve with every update, and I'm excited to see how far this emulator goes in the future. At number 3, we have GameNative, one of the fastest growing PC emulators available right now. The developers are extremely active, and almost every update brings better compatibility, improved performance, and useful new features. GameNative is mainly designed for people who already own games on Steam, Epic Games, or GOG, although it also supports custom Windows games if you're willing to configure them manually. The best part is that you simply sign into your accounts, download your games directly to your phone, and the emulator automatically applies community-tested optimizations to help them run as smoothly as possible. It's also free and open source, backed by a large community that constantly shares new fixes, optimizations, and game settings. At the same time, advanced users still have access to detailed options if they want to fine-tune performance. If you want something that's easier than Winlator but still offers plenty of control, GameNative is definitely worth trying. At number 2, we have GameHub, and honestly, I don't think this emulator needs much introduction. Developed by GameSir, the company behind popular gaming controllers, GameHub has become one of the most beginner-friendly PC gaming platforms on Android. Its biggest advantage is simplicity. Unlike most other emulators, almost everything is automatic. You don't have to spend hours tweaking graphics drivers or emulator settings because GameHub automatically applies the best configuration based on your device. That's exactly why it's one of the easiest emulators to recommend, especially if you're just getting started with PC gaming on Android. Another feature I really love is its touch control system. Instead of simple on-screen buttons, you can create custom layouts, use game icons instead of plain buttons, and even switch control profiles while you're already in-game. It makes the overall experience feel much more polished and closer to a native mobile game. GameHub currently supports Steam and Epic Games libraries, and also includes built-in frame generation with multiple modes, allowing supported games to run much more smoothly. If your priority is an easy setup with great features, GameHub is easily one of the best options available. And finally, at number 1, we have Bannerlator. Even though it's one of the newest PC emulators on Android, it's already delivering some of the best performance I've personally tested. Development is extremely active, and new updates continue to improve both compatibility and overall gaming performance. Bannerlator is a community-driven project built on top of Winlator, aiming to combine GameHub's easy setup with Winlator's advanced advanced customization. The result is an emulator that's much easier to use without sacrificing the powerful settings that experienced users love. One feature that really stands out is that you can play your installed Steam games offline, and you can even share optimized game settings with other users, making it much easier for beginners to get the best performance without spending hours experimenting. Bannerlator also supports two different frame generation options, LSFG and Bionic frame generation. In my experience, LSFG delivers better results and can even push supported devices beyond 120 FPS in certain games. The only downside I've noticed is that it can generate a bit more heat during long gaming sessions, especially when using aggressive performance settings. Even with that small drawback, Bannerlator's excellent performance, feature-rich experience, and incredibly active development make it my current #1 recommendation. Now it's time for the part you've probably been waiting for, the performance comparison. For this comparison, I tested GTA 5 on all 5 emulators using my Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 device. To keep the results as fair as possible, I used the same game and similar settings across every emulator. Keep in mind that performance can still vary depending on your processor, GPU driver, Android version, and the components you're using. Now it's your turn. Which emulator are you using, and which one gives you the best performance? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more Android gaming and PC emulator content. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay creative, gamers.